Hey, I'm Michael. I'm one of the people that you might speak with at QuotaGuard support, and I want to do a very quick tour of the QuotaGuard administration panel so you can get an idea of where things are to help you get set up and configured, as well as anything that you might need to change for your account to include billing or email address or anything like that. So what I have on the screen here is the first page you'll see right after you sign in successfully. So if you're coming from a cloud-based provider, each of them has a different way to sign in, or if you're working with us directly, you'll sign in directly on our website and you'll come to this page. So this is one of my test accounts that I have, and you can see here it shows me the two static IPs that I have behind our load balancer. So all of you will have your own static IPs based on whether you're on a dedicated proxy with dedicated IPs, or if you're on a shared proxy and you're sharing your IPs with other customers. Up here in the upper right, you can see this is your QuotaGuard username. They are random characters and numbers. And if you have multiple subscriptions, you will actually see the multiple subscriptions here. In this case, I only have the one subscription. So by selecting this, it's showing me the information for that particular subscription. Up here, we have a few more items that are also replicated down here. And so I'll walk through this screen first really quick. And this area is just showing you if your plan status is within limits. Once you reach the limits and get over them, this will turn red and it will say basically upgrade or contact support for help. This will show you your requests per month as well as how many you have remaining based on the plan that you are subscribed to. Same for bandwidth. Based on what you have subscribed to, this is what's remaining. And this will show you your request rate per minute, just to give you an idea of how to calculate how you're doing. At the moment, as you can see, I have nothing going through the proxy, and you can see this live request feed is just showing 0 requests. But if I was actually running anything through here, you would see live requests coming through and showing you an average 5-minute of the request rate. Historical usage here will populate once you've got some historical data over the last few days, and you can also see the last few months of your data usage. So that's all that's really on this primary screen. There are some links to outside as well as a way to contact us. In this case, there's nobody on chat right now because I'm usually on chat, and since I'm doing this, I turned everything off. So always just send us an email and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. So let's take a look at account management actually. So account management is where it's going to help you with if you want to change your password for the dashboard, you can change it here, or if you want to update your credit card. So you can see where I have my credit card on file, change that pretty quick, done by Stripe. You can get your previous invoices, you can view them or download, and also there's a note about how to cancel. We've changed how to cancel in the past, so this box is still here. But in the end, you need to go to the subscriptions page, cancel each subscription, and when you cancel them out, it actually will cancel your account. So let's go back to the main page. So that's account management. Support code. Sometimes when you reach out to support, we'll ask for a support code if you're doing something that we deem sensitive, if you're asking to change email addresses, or if you want to move proxies. We always want to verify that you are an authentic user, and so we'll ask for this support code. We can use this to search and find you and make sure that you are talking about the correct subscription. And hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. And let's move on to setup. So setup, this is going to show you what your subscription details are. You have another instance where you're getting your username. It shows you what proxy you're on. If you need to change proxies, you can always write us and we can do that for you. If you're looking for latency issues and you want to switch a proxy to somewhere that's more physically close to the location where your traffic is passing, that can always be helpful. Shows you your plan, and if you're enabled for inbound or outbound proxy. Since I'm on a micro plan, my inbound proxy is enabled. If I was lower than micro, you might see that as not enabled. It shows me my proxy type, which is shared, and that I am not on a dedicated proxy. If you need that, you need to be on the enterprise plan or higher, and you can reach out to support for us to set that up for you. With the outbound and the inbound proxy, this is where you can find all of the information to connect. So for an outbound proxy, this is your information that you would need. You can rotate your password if you feel that that is necessary. This is your connection URL. You'll see that it has your username as well as your password here, which I will rotate as soon as we're done with this video. And then it shows you what proxy you're on and then the port. These are your two IP addresses, and you can always check with curl. We've got a few notes down here for the IPs to make sure you do them both. And if you only want to use one IP address, we have a documentation, we have a manual and documentation to help you with that. So let's go back to setup. If you're going to be using the QuotaGuard tunnel, this is where you can create your tunnel. It's a wrapper process for your application, and it helps with a lot of different scenarios. So this is where you kind of put in your destination information. We have documentation out here on how to get through this process. Obviously, if you need any help with it, you can always write us a support as well. But this is where you kick off creating a new tunnel. For inbound proxies, same situation. You're usually creating your own subdomain to come in. So I have already set one up here. I faked it and said it was CNN. But if I was creating a second one, I would click plus up here. You can have your fully qualified domain name, your forwarding URL, and you go from there. Again, documentation on the site, or you can always reach out to us. You can delete, edit everything from in here. So hopefully everything is pretty self-contained inside of this inbound proxy setup. Okay, so now I'm back to the main page. We've looked at these three. So now let's look at log viewer. You can pick log times of up to 30 minutes, 4 hours, or you can get in a custom range, or you can request an export. So these come into us. We will manually pull out the data for you. We ask you not to send us multiple and use this as a tracking. We'd want you to be using the custom done ones already, because that's a lot of work for us to be going in and grabbing all the logs all the time. That is pretty much the walkthrough of everything that you can see. So you can see your plan and real-time information here. You can set up new configurations for outbound and inbound here. And if you need any account information, you can find it here. Hopefully that all helps, answers a few questions. If you do have any questions, always reach out in the contact us here, or just send me an email at support@QuotaGuard.com, and I'll get you an answer as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for watching and being a customer, and I hope to talk with you really soon.